Hey, what's going on, guys? It's TrekYT here, or Nick, back with another brand new episode of Base Showcase. And in today's episode, we're going to try something a little bit different. Now, I know there's a lot of you guys out there that play hardcore factions. I know it's kind of like a select breed of you guys that do play it, but there still are people that play it. And so I've been struggling for the last week or so to figure out exactly what a hardcore faction base is different, like comparing that to a regular faction base. So I've come up with a design for a hardcore factions base. Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind, if this doesn't actually fit all the criteria for being a hardcore faction base, I'm sorry. I don't play hardcore factions, so I'm not 100% sure what everything like the defenses and stuff are going into it. So what I gave myself for parameters is that to keep it on a smaller size base, so that way people can claim it and only use, I guess, fence gates as the doors and double up on those just so people can't get in. And other than that, I'm pretty sure you don't have to worry about protected chests or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure the only way for someone to be able to raid you is one, your faction power to go down, or two, I'm pretty sure if somebody dies, then I think the base is able to be overclaimed or entered. I don't actually know anything about hardcore factions, so these are all guesses that I'm going off with, but hopefully that the base that I built for you guys is okay for a hardcore faction. Without further ado, guys, let's jump right into our tour. So what I built was sort of like a diorama type thing with, I guess, scenery all around the outside, because what I understood from a hardcore faction base is it doesn't have any walls, it doesn't have anything like that. It's just a really nice looking house or building or structure or base or anything that's open to the elements that just has doors that are fence gates. So you can basically have an open mindset on what you're going to build. So what I went ahead and built is I built this like entrance type way going up to it to kind of make it really grand. So on either side of it, you have two balconies which are connected back into the base, as you can see down there. So we'll go over that in a little bit, but basically I wanted to have this central alleyway, so if somebody was in the base trying to defend it, they could walk on these things or something like that and be able to see down below and see who is attacking their base, possibly. And also, I just think a really grand feel to entering this base is actually a really cool idea. And then the Nether Portals on all the sides are just a little bit of a decoration, but they also do sort of have some function, because if you want to go to the Nether, you can go hop right in, and they're not inside your base, so you don't have to worry about somebody able to get inside. And since they're all already here, no one can really spawn a Nether Portal inside your base. So now that we're outside and we kind of got all of those details covered, we're going to start to head towards the inside. And so what we got is we got this little pond on the side as decoration, and then we have this little cliff over here that could potentially be for defending your base. Maybe someone's coming here and you want to jump down and crit them. I don't actually know at all how hardcore faction plays, so I'm just making all these as kind of assumptions. So this is our front entrance gate. You have your first set of I guess fence gates to have this little holding area just in case someone follows you in. You can, I guess, battle them out here and die, and that way you don't have to worry about them getting straight into your thing. And then you have your second set that brings you right into the main part of the base. So this is like the entrance way. There's not too much in this base because I tried to keep it on the smaller scale because I wasn't 100% sure what people can have, but you can always expand down if you really need to. You can knock out maybe this thing, make this into a stairway, ladder, whatever you really feel like. So when you first walk in, you're greeted with an enchanting table. We have this little cool little, I guess, thing on the top, kind of making it seem like the cave is coming into the base, or into the base, and you kind of built up inside a cave. So a little enchanting table here. We have some flowers on each side. We have some hidden lighting over here, always trying to keep our lighting a little bit more hidden, but try to keep it subtle at the same time. So both of these wings on this base are exactly identical. So we have a ceiling, again, sort of like a cave. Try to make the cave come inside, like you're kind of held up inside of the mountainside, and you kind of just had to build your base inside. We've got chests all on the side, and I kind of didn't protect any of them because I'm pretty sure you don't have to worry about that. So plenty of storage over here, and then we've got some more storage over here. And now I'm pretty sure potions are a pretty big thing in hardcore factions, so I made a bunch of chests for people to go ahead and have some storage for those potions, and I put some brewers right here. Now you definitely could knock out one of these walls, turn it into an auto brewer, or knock out this whole wall and turn it into an auto brewer. That's something that you guys can go ahead and change to your needs and stuff like that. I just thought I would just give an example of something that could possibly go into one of these cubbies, or you could even knock out this whole pillar right here and turn it into one big opening, maybe expand straight that way, or use it again to go downwards and have a staircase underneath. I'm not exactly sure what you guys possibly could use it for, but I went ahead and put it there anyways. So now we're on the balcony, and so while we're out here, let's take a look on how this could be advantage if you're trying to defend your base. You've got fence gates all along, so if you need to quick access to jump down, you can. And you can also use this as to like bow people and stuff like that. And it just gives you a really nice vantage point to look how beautiful your base is at the same time of being a pretty awesome base to have as like defenses. So stepping back in here, I'm going to open up this gate and I'm just going to kind of stare here. Now, I tried to do something pretty creative. I tried to go ahead and have it so that way if someone's in this base or trying to look into it, because they can technically get here with an ender pearl or wherever they want, this is a fair game area, but I tried to make it so they can't really see too much of what's going on in the base. And by doing that, I put this pillar here on purpose and then put this glass on the side just to try to make it a little bit harder to see what's inside the base, because I just didn't want people to like pretend like someone's creeping in through your window. I just wanted to make it so it's a little harder for them to know what they're actually getting into if they were to able to get into the base. So that way, maybe if they got into the base, they would have a harder time finding the good stuff kind of stuff. So that's kind of where I was going with that. I hopefully that is something sort of cool. I don't know. I just tried to throw in a bunch of little unique things that I think could be unique to hardcore factions. Again, I'm still not 100% sure what is good for hardcore factions. On the sides over here, we've got anvils to repair your stuff up, and then we have strategic water. Now, this isn't just for looks. This is also here to fill up your water bottles for when you want to brew potions. So I tried to get that in here in a creative way. Hopefully this looks pretty cool, and it even has a light source up here to add some more light into this room to keep it from mob spawning in here as well. So we've got the exact same thing on this side, chests, brewers. We've got ourselves some chests for potion storage, anvils, and this. So it's literally a copy from the other side. But if you wanted to, you could definitely make all this into something different. You could change this up to full auto brewers. Maybe you want like a farm there, like sugarcane, nether wart, whatever you really feel like it. I just put some things to put spaces there so you guys could see what could possibly go there and just to kind of fill the space so it looks pleasing to the eye. So we've got lights in all of the ceilings to keep it lit all around, glowstone under all of these chests, so that way we don't have to worry about lighting issues at all. But we're going to go back out onto this balcony again to see that it's basically the same thing, you just get a little bit different of a view. Now, I'm going to fly out here for a second just so you guys can see what it looks like from above. Now, my understanding is that you would build this into a pre-existing mountain and then you would kind of just change the terrain to match what I've put. So if you're going to download this base, you guys can check down in the description. I will leave the base download down below, but you are going to have to do a little bit work on your own trying to make this whole base, it is a square, to try to make this whole base kind of fit with the scenery. Now, you even have some stuff on the back end. You're probably going to have to go ahead and do the same thing, try to make this match with the rest of the terrain that you're putting it into. So that was something I wasn't really thinking on, but I thought that this looked really cool with this grand entrance, so I kind of went with it. And so you guys are going to have to use some of your creative skills to try to work this into your own server. Now, this is a pretty adventurous base. I don't know how hard it would be to build this in hardcore factions, but this is what I came up with, and I hope you guys did enjoy, and this is where we're going to bring today's video to a wrap. If you guys play hardcore factions and are actually kind of excited that I made a hardcore factions base, definitely let me know down below and show your support as always, but also leave me some critique down below if I built this correctly. If this is something that can actually be used in hardcore factions, let me know, and if it isn't, I can try to do another episode fixing the things that I mistakenly did. So let me know down below if you do play hardcore factions and if all of these defenses that I came up with are something that are actually utilized in actual hardcore factions. Now, as always, guys, I love you all. See you guys later. Peace out.